Look at a map of Europe. At first glance, it appears fragmented, a mosaic of nations, languages, and histories compressed into a single continent. To the north, cold seas and industrial coastlines. To the south, warm waters and ancient civilizations. To the east, vast plains and historic empires. To the west, the open Atlantic and the gateway to the wider world. Yet within this complexity, one country has repeatedly stood at the center of Europe's destiny. Not always the largest, not always the richest, not always the most powerful, but always present. That country is France. For centuries, when Europe changed, France was involved. When Europe fought, France was the battlefield. When Europe redefined freedom, France was the voice. When Europe imagined itself, France shaped the idea. This raises a fundamental question. Why is France considered the heart of Europe? The answer is not simple. It lies at the intersection of geography, history, power, ideas, and culture. To understand it, we must travel through time, from rivers and mountains to revolutions and modern institutions. Geography, where hearts are born. Every heart occupies a strategic position. France's greatest strength begins with its geography. France sits at the crossroads of Western Europe. It connects Northern Europe to the Mediterranean. It bridges the Atlantic world with continental Europe. It touches the Germanic East and the Latin South. Few countries are so naturally connected to so many regions. To the north, France faces the English Channel, linking it to Britain and global maritime trade. To the south, the Mediterranean opens access to southern Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. To the east, France borders the historic powers of Central Europe. To the west, the Atlantic Ocean connects it directly to the Americas. This position turned France into Europe's natural meeting point. Trade routes passed through it, armies crossed it, ideas flowed through it. Geography made France unavoidable. Natural balance and survival. Unlike many European states, France possesses an extraordinary balance of natural features. It has fertile plains capable of feeding large populations. It has mountain ranges, the Alps and Pyrenees, offering protection. It has navigable rivers like the Seine, Loire, and Rhone, enabling trade and communication. It has access to 2 major seas. This balance created resilience. While other regions of Europe suffered repeated famines or environmental limits, France maintained agricultural stability. A well-fed population is a stable population. A stable population allows states to endure. France did not merely survive history, it absorbed it. Like a heart, it kept functioning even under pressure. Roman foundations, the first pulse. France's central role began long before it was called France. In antiquity, this land was known as Gaul, a crucial province of the Roman Empire. Rome built roads here. Rome built cities here. Rome introduced law, administration, and infrastructure. When the Roman Empire collapsed, Europe fragmented. But in Gaul, Roman order did not vanish completely. Instead, it transformed. The foundations of modern Europe, law, governance, and urban life, survived strongly in this region. France inherited Rome's pulse. The rise of a kingdom. As medieval Europe splintered into feudal territories, France slowly unified. While others remained divided, the French crown consolidated power. This was not accidental. France's geography allowed central authority to reach outward. Its rivers connected regions, its plains allowed movement, its population provided manpower. By the late medieval ages, France was no longer just another kingdom. It was a central power shaping European politics. And with power came conflict. Warfare, the heart under attack. Throughout history, Europe's largest wars often unfolded on French soil. The 100 Years' War, the Wars of Religion, the Napoleonic Wars, the First and Second World Wars. Why France? Because armies move through the heart. France lay between rivals, between empires, between ambitions. It absorbed invasions, endured occupations, and suffered destruction, yet recovered each time. Like a heart bruised but beating, France continued to function. Revolution, when the heart changed the bloodstream. In 1789, something extraordinary happened. France did not merely change its government, it changed Europe's political bloodstream. The French Revolution shattered the idea that power belonged solely to kings. It introduced concepts that reshaped modern civilization: citizenship, equality before the law, human rights, national sovereignty. These ideas spread far beyond France's borders. They traveled through Europe like oxygen. From revolutions to constitutions, from republics to democracies, the French Revolution altered Europe's internal rhythm. France was no longer just a political power, it became an ideological heart. Napoleon, the forceful heartbeat. Napoleon Bonaparte carried France's revolutionary energy across Europe. Through conquest, he spread legal reforms, administrative systems, modern state structures. While his empire collapsed, the systems he introduced endured. The Napoleonic Code influenced laws across Europe and beyond. Even in defeat, France reshaped the continent. Culture, the language of the heart. For centuries, French was Europe's language of diplomacy. Kings wrote letters in French, courts conducted negotiations in French, treaties were drafted in French. Beyond politics, France shaped culture, literature, philosophy, art, fashion, architecture. Paris became Europe's intellectual capital. Ideas born there did not stay there, they circulated. France became the emotional and cultural heart of Europe. Modern France, the heart still beats. Today, France remains central. It is a founding pillar of the European Union, a global diplomatic actor, a nuclear power, a cultural reference point. Alongside Germany, France forms the core of European integration, different in style, but complementary in function, like chambers of the same heart. France continues to generate political, cultural, and ideological energy. Why France? France is not the heart of Europe because of a single reason. It is the heart because geography placed it at the center, history forced it into action, revolutions gave it a voice, culture gave it influence. Europe's story cannot be told without France, and as long as Europe exists, the heartbeat will continue. The heart of Europe still beats. And it beats in France.